I went to a wedding for a colleague and her partner a few years ago, and it was amazing. Their celebrant had clearly worked really closely with them. There was fun and laughter, and you could tell that Gemma and Andrew were just having a great time, and we all felt connected to what was happening as far as the ceremony was concerned. So it was lovely. It was really intimate, and that's my benchmark. That's the one that I try to replicate. Well, it certainly wasn't intimate. It was friends who got married in a church, and there was just this sense that the priest was just delivering a job. He could have been reading the phone book, and it was quite flat. What made it okay was that these guys have a fantastic sense of humour. So afterwards we all saw the funny side of it. Once they were laughing, we knew we could laugh about it too. What's motivated me throughout my career has been helping people, working and helping with people, making connections, real connections. I've worked as a HR manager. I've worked in the recruitment industry for many years, the advertising industry, and I also had a yoga studio in Brisbane years ago. And the chance to work with people and help them is a really natural thing for me. It also helps that I'm not shy. I quite like being out the front and directing people and taking them on their journey. It felt like a really natural progression for my career choice, and it's come around so easily and organically, and I absolutely love it. That's an easy one. It's such a privilege to have been invited to be the celebrant for a couple getting married. But I've got to say, standing down the front of the aisle when one person is walking in, or if they're walking down together, and just the sense of the love that's in the room, it's palpable. It really gets me every time. I'm usually covered in goosebumps, and yeah, it's a real privilege. I absolutely love it. Ideally, I love working with people that are really involved in the process, so collaborators. That seems to work the best. A lot of people are quite apprehensive when they're going into planning their actual ceremony because they haven't done it before usually. So it's so great to be able to guide them through, but to try and really get a sense of their personalities and incorporate that, whether it be in the actual script, if it's a personalised script, or if it's in their vows. I try to make sure that if they've got a cheeky sense of humour, that comes out, or if they're really quite serious and they want it to be quite formal, that I'm respectful of that too. So it's really people loosening up and letting me see the real them. The most important part of my job is the legal aspect, so the solemnising of the wedding and making sure all the legal components are correctly facilitated. Apart from that, it's making sure that there's lots of laughter and fun, and if things do start to veer off course, to just calmly and gently bring them back, and to make sure that the couple are relaxed enough that they really have time to enjoy the moment. Well, the first thing I do as soon as I arrive at the venue is that I check in with the people that are getting married. Usually they're in separate areas. And apart from that, it's just making sure everything's perfect. That if things need to be adjusted or changed, I do that. I check in with the coordinator, if there's live music with the band, make sure everything's working perfectly well, so that by the time the couple arrive, they've got nothing to think about other than getting married. Oh, this one really was incredibly important. It was a same-sex couple who had been together for a long time, and they had held a commitment ceremony years ago, but with the laws changing, they could now legally get married. So it was a very emotional wedding. It was really beautiful and such a privilege to be a part of it. It really is a great time to be a celebrant. The laws have made a big difference to people, and that's fantastic. you.